searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Short dark hair, but those eyes so bright. They look into my...
All right. We are back for another week of Scheananigans. Kiki and I are here in the studio. We survived BravoCon, barely. If my voice is any indication, I had a good as gold time. Loved meeting all of the fans, catching up with my Bravo fam. We have so much to get into. I've been trying to rest my voice as much as possible.
Yeah.
But I know you can hear it. So I posted for questions. We got a lot of questions. Where do we even start?
Well, I, of course, need to know, did you squash any beef this weekend? Because you had a lot of beef you could have squashed.
True. So squashed some beef, addressed other beef. We'll get into all of that.
Okay.
But I wasn't called up for a segment of Squash the Beef.
Okay.
But I did squash some backstage, and then I probably started some new beef on stage.
Oh, I've heard a lot about what was apparently allegedly happening backstage. So.
No, I mean, so many things. Yeah, but I mean, oh my God, how are you? And how are you functioning right now? You were booked and busy this weekend. You had what, 6 panels you moderated?
6 panels, 3
Wow.
days, which I mean, I'm glad they threw me in the deep end. I got to experience every stage, but oh my God, like it took a full 2 days to recover. But I'm so glad that I upped my Pilates. Because I told my instructor, I was like, I need 2 private sessions a week. I'm so glad I did that because the endurance and the core strength and the walking strength you need to get through is wild.
I know. And I'm in heels the whole time.
Oh my God.
I had IVs come every morning. The first night I stayed, it was technically 4 nights. Like we had day 0 and then day 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So day 0, that first night at the bar at the Four Seasons, everyone was down there. So we're mixing and mingling for a few hours. I was supposed to go see Maddie Reese's DJ set. And I was like, you know what? I can't do that tonight. Like I already felt like I was losing my voice.
Yeah.
I was just getting over being sick. Postmated some NyQuil, ordered a $35 chicken noodle soup to the room. Brock went out. I just went to bed.
Yeah.
I felt so good the next day. My sleep score was 93. I was like, who would have thought I'd get the best sleep of my life at BravoCon?
I know.
It was short-lived.
Okay.
So as I'm getting through day 1, I was like, I have to book an IV for tomorrow morning. And then I felt so much better after that. I booked one again for the next morning. So, yeah, but I got through it. And I don't know if people understand, if you haven't been to BravoCon, but it's like when we're working BravoCon, how much it actually takes. And for you, I mean, how much time and work goes into prepping everything, you know, like, are you doing all of the questions yourself? Is Bravo giving you certain questions?
No, Bravo is, the producers, I will say, oh my God, so many props to them. Those producers are amazing and they put together everything they organize.
Oh,
but the day
good.
I landed, I'm rehearsing. So it's go, go, go. But, I mean, it was so much fun though at the same time.
Fun.
Even as busy as you are, it's so much fun.
I mean, yeah, because you're essentially doing 6 different live shows with all different material for each one and dealing with a lot of different personalities, I will say.
Yeah.
Different pressures.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of these people, I mean, I haven't met a lot of them. And so it's like, and my first panel of the day had Tamra, which I think had,
oh my God, that was your first one?
That was my first panel. So I was like, there was a little bit of anxiety because we hadn't seen each other since I think New York, Watch What Happens Live. And a lot has gone down since then.
Right.
So yeah.
And so that was on your panel where she said she loved me or she was excited to see me. Obviously sarcasm.
Well, I don't know.
But I'm only reading transcripts. So I didn't get to make it to your panel.
Teddy came out first, hugged. Teddy looked great. Tamra then came out. I can't remember if we hugged or just leaned in and sort of cheek kissed. And then she actually helped me out because I was using a new lipstick I hadn't worn before. And I was very worried about it. And I guess it was getting on my teeth, which I hate,
I hate that.
And so at one point, Tamra did look over and she was like, did the thing, and I was like, oh my God, thank you. So she was helpful. And then I can't remember exactly what was said when your name came up. And then she was just like, something Scheana, and then the audience.
I thought it was like, oh, who are you most excited to see? And she was like, oh, well, Scheana, of course, or something like that.
Something like that.
But I didn't see any clips. I mean, I wanted to go to panels, but they kept us on such a tight schedule. I didn't have time to do anything else. But I read like a transcript somewhere, and I'm like,
And she said she loved you. And so I was like, okay, are we going to squash the beef? She was like, I love Scheana. So I was kind of like, okay, I feel like we're headed towards a squash the beef situation, whether it's on stage or not, between the two of you.
Very interesting, that one. I do have more thoughts on that, but I know there are questions about it, so I'll save that. How was this experience different from your last BravoCon?
Well, the last BravoCon, I never left the red carpet or the blue carpet room, whatever they call it. I pretty much was just interviewing the entire time, so I never got to. And this one, I am backstage. I'm hanging. First of all, best people watching ever.
Oh,
just back there watching, and then finally getting to meet people. And then obviously, I never moderated, so being on stage and getting to moderate and engage with the fans, which again, like I didn't expect people to like be fans of me. Yeah, and that was like really, really nice because people were really saying I was like crying. People were saying like, you know, I have 4-stage cancer and your content helped me get through treatment. One woman was like, you inspired me to get on Zepbound because you were so honest about it. And now it's changed my life. And so hearing those stories and like, I was like, I went to my room and cried. Yeah,
that happened to me last BravoCon. So this year I had Xanax on me just in case, but it didn't actually happen this year, but I got trauma dumped on back to back to back at my booth at the last one. And I love hearing what an impact I've had on people when they do say those things to you, you know? But it was like 4 devastating stories back to back. And, you know, just like Kristen Doty, I am an empath.
Yeah.
And I was feeling it. It was like, can you do a video for my friend's mom? She only has a week left to live. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah. And then it was like, you did a cameo for my best friend and she passed away. And it was just like so many of them. And I was like trying to keep it together. And right after we did that, like meet and greet, it was at my booth. I bolt through the crowd. I'd go into just the first corner and I was like, and I was like, oh my God. And then this BravoCon, I saw Maddie Reese.
Oh, okay.
And she clearly looked like upset and overwhelmed. And so she was walking out. I went up to Joe and I was like, oh my God, is she okay? And he's like, it's a lot. You know, people are coming up. And it was the same thing. I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what happened to me 2 years ago. People just saying, you know, how inspiring she is and her sobriety and this and that. But as someone who is sober and has anxiety, you know, she can only take a beta blocker.
Yeah.
And so I went up to her. I gave her a big hug and she was just like, thank you so much. I was like, girl, I get it. Like, it's a lot in the best way.
In the best way. Yeah. No, I mean, it's like I'm still on a high and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, same. Okay, let's get into some questions because we've got a lot. How did you guys survive BravoCon? Personally, I had morning IVs. I took a nap every day, which I was very proud of, except for the last day. I just powered through and had Celsius.
Yeah.
But I didn't drink either until day 4.
Okay.
I had a mimosa and an espresso martini. And that was the first espresso martini I've had since August 18th.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I remember the day. It's my friend Daniel's birthday. I was with Zach and Benji, and I can't even count how many espresso martinis we had. One of the worst hangovers of my life. I was like, I'm never going to be able to drink these again. And then I saw Heather Dubrow walk in with one day 4, which, well, I guess day 3, but like my day 4. And I was like, you know what? That looks good. And I'm not going to have time for a nap today. And so I had one. And just that one drink, because I hadn't drank in, I don't know, a week or more.
Yeah.
I got a little buzz. And Mark was like, did you just smoke some weed? He's like, you look so zen. And I was like, I guess that martini just hit. And it was like right before I had all my photos in the photo studio. They're playing Dancing Queen. I was like, how did you know this is my favorite song?
Yeah.
And day 4, I was like, you know what? Let's do a full send. I did a minor send.
Yeah.
But
I love it. Yeah.
Still paying for it.
I think because I was moderating, it kept my drinking down because I was like, I'm on the job. So I'm like, it's like, I can't drink during the day. So like, I really didn't drink much at night. And then, I went hard I went hard Friday night because I didn't have the Miami panel till 5 p.m. Saturday.
Oh, lucky
and then I went
you.
hard like Sunday night. But I wanted to do IVs, but I felt like I never had time. I was like, when I get back, I probably need to do one. But I think it was just like the fact that I didn't drink much.
Same. And I just did my IVs when I was in glam.
Yeah.
So I had them come hook me up and just got to sit there and get hydrated. But I've never done an IV for like a recovery thing. I always just power through.
And it was good?
It was amazing.
Okay. What did they put in the bag?
A Mega Myers drip.
Okay.
So it was like B12, magnesium, zinc, something with a TH that I can't pronounce that they do at the very end because it's like really cold when it goes in. Okay. Yeah, that definitely saved me. My voice, I had the lingering cough still from being sick a week before. And every housewife who walked in the glam room, they were like, oh, that was so smart. I'm like, I know. I know. All right, let's take a quick little break and then get into all of these questions. Okay, so I have to tell you, when I was at a showroom last week picking up my looks for BravoCon, the second I walked in, I saw a bag that said The Real Real. And I was like, that's right. Other people know what's up because it is that time of year. Time to find the perfect holiday gifts. I've already started my shopping. And let me tell you, nobody wants to give something forgettable. Am I right? That's where the real real comes in. It's like, obviously, you know your friends and loved ones better than anyone, but the real reals experts know exactly what they want. That's right. Yeah, you can be confident that you are giving a truly thoughtful gift because that's what we want. We want a gift that people are going to remember and talk about. I enjoy watching people open their gifts more than anything. And this is also the easiest way to sell. You can sell on The Real Real. It's super simple. They do everything for you. Photography, pricing, customer service, shipping, like it couldn't be more convenient. The Real Real is the world's largest and most trusted resource for authenticated luxury resale with thousands of pre-loved luxury arrivals daily. No one does resale like The Real Real, and no one makes the holidays shine brighter than The Real Real. And now get $25 off your first purchase when you go to therealreal.com/goodasgold. That's therealreal.com/goodasgold to get your $25 off. Start shopping now at therealreal.com/goodasgold. Okay, y'all, I have to tell you about what I have been wearing, and it is Fabletics. If you're like me and basically live in activewear, you know the struggle. When I'm dropping my kid off at school, when I'm running errands, I don't want to be getting dressed up. We all know I like to have a chill style, and I have been living in my Fabletics. I rocked up to BravoCon in my new, it's a matching set. You know, I love a matching set. Green and black, checkered crop top, of course, leggings, and I paired it with this green puffer jacket. It was adorable, so stretchy, so comfortable. It was perfect when I had to squeeze in that box for the magic trick at the Bravos, and I have been living in it ever since I got it. Not only does it feel good and look good, but it doesn't cost a fortune. I get the pieces that feel premium and perform like the expensive brands without the crazy price tag. When I signed up as a new VIP, I also got 80% off everything. And Fabletics already has amazing deals, but right now they're running their biggest sale of the year on top of that. And I've got an exclusive offer just for you, 80% off everything when you sign up as a VIP. Head to fabletics.com/goodasgold and sign up as a VIP to get 80% off everything. This is only available through my link, so go to fabletics.com/goodasgold to sign up as a VIP and get 80% off. That's fabletics.com/goodasgold. Okay, so, next question. What did you think about LVP's comments on your book? She denied knowing about your involvement with Eddie and said she doesn't like someone telling lies to sell books. Well, I can't say I'm surprised at those comments, but like I've said this before, the book was not Elisa Vanderpump tell-all. You know, she is a part of my story, of my almost 40 years of life, but not all of it, you know, and I put everything in there. I put the good, I put the bad. I feel like my relationship with Lisa is complicated, and my book details those experiences with her. I talk about some good times. I talk about the bad times. We had a lot of fun. We shed some tears, you know, I mean, I think I put a bit of all of it in there, and I don't even have ill will towards her. You know, I'm not trying to take her down. I was just trying to tell my truth, but she knows I did not make up anything. I was not telling lies in the book. She wants to spin it however she wants to spin it and say, well, as a producer, it's my job to give a heads up on what's happening throughout the day.
Good impression.
Thank you. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, you can listen to this version of me on my audiobook, My Good Side. It was a New York Times bestseller. But her attempt to discredit my truth is an effort to conceal hers. And that's all I want to say. Because as I said in the book, it was a very polished producer and a very reliable source who confirmed she knew from day one.
Oh, guess we're not squashing that beef today.
Don't think so. I am curious if Brittany's comments the day before she ran into Lisa, had Lisa heard them yet or not? Because there was a photo I saw of Brittany and her like on the red carpet. And Brittany was like, hey.
Oh God, yeah. Awkward.
But she had just said like that she hasn't heard from Lisa in 4 years?
Oh, really? Wow.
She sent us each a baby gift when the babies were born 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And Brittany's never heard from her again. Not like checking in. And then I saw comments and people are like, well, she was your boss. She's not your friend. I'm like, no, she prided herself on being a mom to us, as being a friend to us. She was more than just a boss. So yes, I do think she should have checked in with Brittany after the divorce. You know, it's like Lisa was a huge part of their wedding and their life. Yeah. And so to not check in, and especially after Cruz got diagnosed with autism, like
it is
you
surprising.
Can't pick up a phone and call, send a text.
Yeah.
But doesn't surprise me. So, okay, next question. Who did you fight with from Southern Charm? What did you think when you heard this?
Oh my God. I mean, this was the funniest thing ever because I wake up to a post that says that Scheana got into an altercation backstage. And I'm thinking, if that happened, I feel like you or Mark would have texted me. Right. I feel like I would have heard this, but I'm also
Mark didn't know.
No, but I was also like, okay, what? And I'm like, what is going on? Like, yeah. I was just like, what? Tell me what really happened.
No, it was so odd. There was literally zero truth to any of that. Then I started to get in my head. I was having fun with it on Saturday. I played jokes on people. I had one of the Bravo executives just like go, he really believed it. So then I got another exec on it with me. I was like, let's play a joke on Dave, okay? And he was just like, why can't you tell me? And I was like, well, you know what? Now it's a legal matter. And he was like, wait, what? He's like, Scheana, who? And I was like, I don't know their names. I was like, some blonde. I was like, Molly, Sally. I don't, and he was like, wait, was it long hair, short hair? And I was like, and then I'm like laughing the whole time as I'm playing this joke. And he's like, are you fucking with me? And I'm like, yes. And he goes, no, you're not. And he goes, who was it? And I'm like, it's a legal matter. I can't say anything. So like I was having fun with it. But then the next day I wake up with like the Sunday scaries and I'm like, oh my God, we're applying to private schools right now. What if the schools see and they think that I'm like this
got arrested? Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. But we don't have our interview for a couple months. I think it'll be okay. It was not true at all. Completely made up. I got so many calls. I had my phone on do not disturb or sleep mode as I always do when I go to bed. And when I turned it on, well, actually I woke up that morning to Mark calling me because I slept through my alarm. And he was like, just so you know, when you check your phone, you're going to have messages from your mom and probably a lot of other people, but like, it's okay. Like you didn't do anything wrong. And I'm like, wait, what? And then I look at my phone and I just see everyone. Literally, like everyone and their mom was hitting me up about this.
Well, how do you think this rumor got started, though? Like, what?
I have my theories.
Okay.
I think whoever it was is someone, I don't want to say necessarily close to me, but like someone I know who was trying to take me down in a sort of way. But it completely backfired because then I was just the most talked about person on day 2 of BravoCon. Everyone wanted to know, who did Scheana fight?
Yeah.
I had housewives coming up to me. Golnessa came up to me. Whose ass do I have to kick? You tell me. I got your back. Like Shannon Bedore.
No, yeah.
I mean, so many women were so supportive because they were just like, who's fucking with my Scheana?
I ran into Shannon and Sophie in the lobby bar and they were just like, wait, what's going on with Scheana? And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, it was so funny. So I'm like, whoever started that rumor, it just made me the most talked about person. Everyone's getting asked on the red carpet in their panels, who did Scheana fight?
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Next question, Kiki. What were you thinking during the Real Housewives of Miami panel when things with Adriana went off the rails? Wait, what happened?
Adriana she wanted to do a little stunt because obviously the whole thing she went viral for saying, that Julia slept with a Haitian mortician and she had to give him a coffee maker.
Yes.
So like during the panel, she gets up and she's like, I have a gift for Julia. And she walks around to the back of the couch. She pulls out this coffee maker that I'm pretty sure was the coffee maker in our rooms at the fourth season. God. And she holds it up and, she kind of brings it out and like, here's a coffee maker. And so everyone gives a little chuckle. So I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of the end of the stunt. Great. She'll sit down. We'll move on. Oh no. She's like, and does everybody want to know the identity of the Haitian mortician? So now I'm okay, I don't know if this is part of the stunt still. So I'm like kind of waiting for producers to say anything. They're not saying. So I'm like, okay, we're going to go with it. And she's like, does everyone want to see? And she's like, everybody see Haitian mortician. She's like, I think she's yelling for someone named Megan or Melissa. She's like, Melissa, I need Melissa. And now I'm like, who's Melissa? And like, what are we doing now? But there's no Melissa showing up. So now she's not getting what she needs. Now she's walking backstage. She just leaves stage. And now I'm like, what's going on? So now the producers are like, okay, we got to move on. So I'm trying to move on to like the next set. I'm like, Gertie. So then she comes back out. She's still yelling Haitian mortician. And then she's like, I have a picture. Do you want to see the picture? And I go, I don't think I want to see the picture because if there's really a picture, I don't want to be deposed. Right. But then she pulls the picture out and it's a picture of Phaedra. Yes, and now I'm like, girl, go sit down. Please go sit down. And then she won't sit down. It was just like, it derailed. It fell flat with the audience. It was so awkward. I want to like just move on, die.
Yeah, Phaedra's like, not Haitian.
I know. The whole thing is so awkward. The whole thing was the night before at the talent party, Julie had told me, she's like, she got it wrong anyways. It wasn't a Haitian mortician. It was a Haitian mortician beautician, which I thought was hilarious.
Oh my God.
And I said, okay, let's talk about that. If you want to talk about I think Julia kind of got that out, but at that point you couldn't even hear her say that. So the whole thing just,
oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, I don't know if there was a question about her, but her and I squashed the beef right before we walked out on stage together.
Okay.
I had the penguin. She's like, why do you have the penguin? And I was like, oh, it's a long story, but like, da 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 da. And so then we're standing backstage for like 10 minutes just waiting to go out. And I don't know her. Yeah. I don't watch her show. I have nothing to talk about with her. So I'm like, I feel kind of awkward.
Yeah.
And she was like, this is an odd pairing. And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, well, at least our dresses look really good together. We both got the green memo. And then she goes, okay, can we just like say that I have no issue with you, like Captain Jason and I are fine, blah, 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 blah. So like, are we good? And I was like, yeah. And I never said anything. I go, literally all I said to him that night was, you were a hot topic tonight. And I said that you were talked about by Ashley Darby and Adriana. Like that was it. Yeah. And she was like, it's okay. It's okay. She's like, I don't want to do it. And I go, okay, cool. So we're squashing it right now, but we're about to walk out on stage. So what if we get called up? And she's like, we go with it. And I was like, okay. So then right when they pull the lever and I was like, wait, shit, are we going to do it? And then I'm like, I don't say we just squashed it backstage. Like we put on a show, like what? And so I was so glad that they didn't call us up for that.
Yeah.
And then, I'm sitting in between her and Kathy Hilton.
Oh my God.
I don't know what to say to the, I feel just awkward with Adriana because of that.
Yeah.
But then Kathy is like, she's so fucking funny.
Hilarious.
She can't hear anything. And so she keeps looking at me and she goes, what did they say? And then I'm explaining and she goes, who are they? And I'm like, okay, that one's on Summer House. That's Southern Charm. She goes, I don't know anyone. I don't watch anything. And she's like, who's Honky Dory?
Oh my God. She's amazing. No, I love Adriana. So I'm glad you squashed the beef.
Yeah.
She's lovely. Kathy was hilarious. Like I did the Kathy and Kyle panel.
Yes.
Nikki Hilton came out, which was amazing. At the end, they wanted to take pictures with all the fans. And Kathy lays down on the stage because she wants to get close to the fans and take a picture. Then she can't get up. So now Kyle is like, God. It's the most hilarious thing. Like so she's hilarious.
Funny. No, I had so much fun with them.
Yeah.
I saw someone posted and they were like, did anyone else notice that Scheana was just sitting on that stage? Like, why am I here? And she looked like sad and awkward and da-da-da. I'm like, I was literally like making jokes with Kathy Hilton, but like, I don't know how to have a conversation with Kathy Hilton. So we just started talking about her dogs and then we were talking about Sutton because her house, she had just found out that her house was burglarized. And then I read that Kathy's was too.
Yeah. And Rick was home.
Yeah.
That's what was crazy.
So crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that at least that beef was squashed.
Yeah.
And I had such a fun show. Day 4, you want us to sing at the very end of it,
God.
but it was such a fun way to end it. But I was so thankful I didn't have a solo. Lisa Barlow, I could not believe she sang because her voice was worse than mine. Meaning like she lost her voice.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you really going to sing tonight? And she's like, yep, we're going to do it.
Oh my God.
She had to keep her glasses on because her eye, when like it gets like red, like the
Busted
blood.
capillaries. Yeah.
That happened.
Oh,
And she
wow.
was just like, I don't even know how I got this. I'm like, we are falling apart, ladies. But Melissa Gorga.
Gorgeous.
On the sleigh.
Oh my God, she's gorgeous.
Obsessed.
Yeah.
She looked so good. That was like my favorite part. Just her coming out on that.
Yeah.
So good. Before we move on, any other tea from your panels? And which one was your fave?
Honestly, I really liked the rumor spill. That one had Denise Richards, Brittany, Countess Luann, and Kim Zolciak.
Okay.
And, they kind of tailored it, I think, to kind of make fun of me being the like world's famous blogger and all of that. And at one point, Luann talks about how, there was rumors of her and Joe Bradley. And actually,
was it a rumor?
Well, that was the thing. Like, it was kind of like, going back and forth. And then a woman comes up to her at the bar and she's like, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Joe's mom. So she ended up like kind of hanging with Joe Bradley's mom.
Yeah,
so
I did meet his
pretty
parents.
Awesome. And so that was really funny. And then Luann also said, Kim said, I wanted to dispel the rumor. I did not sleep with Jax Taylor. I wasn't pregnant with Jax Taylor.
Who said?
Kim Zolciak. Because, there was rumors that Kim and
I thought
Jax.
It was Ramona.
No. Well, Kim, there was a rumor that Jax was going to meet them up for dinner. She's like, I never slept with Jax and I wasn't pregnant with his baby. I wouldn't do that. So that was kind of funny. But yeah.
Wait, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take one last break and then be right back with the rest of your questions. Since I started with a new trainer, I have been tracking my protein. I've got this app. I've been tracking it all, and I've been having to up my doses. My everyday dose, if you would. Everyday dose is coffee plus benefits. They combined high quality coffee with powerful ingredients like lion's mane and chaga, collagen protein, and nootropics to fuel your brain, boost focus, and give you clean, sustained energy all day long. I'm between pickup, drop off, constantly just driving Summer to activities. She's got jujitsu. She's got dance and gymnastics, improv, all of the things. I'm constantly on the go. And like, I love coffee, but I have been trying to find something better. It tastes just like coffee without the downside. There's no crash, no jitters. It's just clean, sustained energy. And anywhere I can sneak in some protein, sign me up. Right now, you can get 61% off your first Coffee Plus starter kit, a free A2 probiotic creamer with over $100 in free gifts by going to everydaydose.com/Scheana or entering Scheana at checkout. That's everydaydose.com/Scheana for 61% off your first order. Everyday Dose is also available at your local Target.
All right, y'all. Wayfair. I'm here to talk to you about it again because it is the place to shop for all things home. Everything from sofas to spatulas. I mean, you name it, they have it, and you can get up to 70% off during Wayfair's Black Friday sale. So it's the holiday season, whatever you need, Wayfair has. I personally needed some new silverware. I wanted a nice flatware set for when I host dinner parties. We do pasta night all the time, and I just wanted to elevate our kitchenware a little bit, and Wayfair is the first and only place I went to find some. Wayfair also has styles you can't find anywhere else. No generic pieces you've seen 100 times, so you can make your home way more you with Wayfair. I mean, Wayfair is my personal go-to destination for just everything home. You can also earn rewards and get the best savings in the neighborhood with Wayfair's new loyalty program. 5% back on every item across Wayfair's family of brands, free shipping, members-only sales, and more. Terms apply. They have a huge selection of home goods ranging from appliances and area rugs to beds and wall art. I have the funniest piece of wall art hanging in my studio. It's a cow reading the newspaper on a toilet, and I am obsessed, and I got it from none other than Wayfair. And Wayfair makes it easy with fast and free shipping, even on the big stuff. And they'll even help you set it up. So don't miss out on early Black Friday deals. Head to wayfair.com now to shop Wayfair's Black Friday deals for up to 70% off. That's WAYFAIR.com. Sale ends December 7th.
Okay, next question. At BravoCon, and I just want you to know, I've not looked at any of these questions yet. So I'm like, okay, wait. I'm like, wait, Kristen, what? At BravoCon, Kristen said that she's missing part of the story of the drama between you and Lala, but she also said that Lala never talks about you, suggesting that you talk about Lala. Okay, well, that's interesting. I guess the part of the story she's missing would be mine. I haven't talked to Kristen about the reasons for the fallout, so anything she's heard would have had to have come from Lala because I have not talked to Kristen about that. Kristen and I are cool, but like we're not best friends. And I'm very happy being in that lane. Like, you got a mom question, I'm here for you. You need something, I'm here for you. But we're just not the friends who are going to be, going to each other's houses for lunch and like hanging out all the time. But her speaking on me once again without knowing the full story is annoying because I know she said something at the Valley panel. And it's like she has a way of saying things to fit a narrative she wants people to buy, Mm-hmm. And I mean, case in point, she says she's missing part of the story and then says Lala never talks about me. She could have said, I'm missing Scheana's side of the story. Neither speaks to me about one another. Something along those lines. So, and also I've talked about it on the podcast. Like, you're going to tell me you haven't seen it, Kristen? Come on. Like, you know why we had a fallout. But I mean, I saw Lala. She came up to me, gave me a hug.
Okay.
I talked to her at school on Halloween. Ocean came in, adorable. She was Wednesday. She had thing on her head. Right when she walked in, I was like, Ocean, there's something on your head. And like, we just had like a cute little moment. I'm like, we're fine. We're cordial. But it's like the kids still go to school together.
Yeah.
They might do some extracurricular activities next year. They might end up in the same dance class again or whatever. Because I know we're applying to different schools.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway. Did you squash any beef at BravoCon? Is this for me or you?
I mean, I didn't think I had any beef to squash. Well,
Yeah. So, I mean, I squashed it with Adriana, as I said. Didn't even know there was beef in the first place until she was on Watch What Happens Live. I addressed beef with Katie in Glam. We were there together every morning.
Okay.
And I know she told people about it because a bunch of the OC ladies were coming up to me that day and they're like, oh, I heard that Katie said, or that you said to Katie to keep your name out of her mouth and like this and that. And I was like, that's a little more aggressive.
Is that what you said?
I didn't say it in that way, no.
Okay.
I just went up. I introduced myself and I just said, I know you know who I am because you've been talking about me.
Okay.
So if that is how she interpreted it, then yeah.
Okay.
Keep my name out of your mouth if you're going to be spreading lies.
Okay.
And I said that was not true.
Mm-hmm.
And I thanked her for giving Shay the opportunity to DJ her party. I thought that was really dope. Mm-hmm. I'll get into more of this next week with Chanel, but
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, there was kind of, I don't know if it was beef, but one thing I wanted to squash. So like, I love Mary Cosby. I've always loved her. She blocked me like 2 years ago. I know.
What?
Because I don't think she understood that like my sense of humor, and I thought she was really funny. Basically, she was like doing like a Father's Day tribute to Robert Sr., but the whole tribute was a video of just pictures of herself. And I thought it was hilarious because I was like, there was not a single picture of him in the Father's Day tribute. And so I like kind of was like, oh my God, I love Mary. She's hilarious. It was like, she followed me and I was like, oh my God, best day ever. I posted in my feed and immediately blocked me and I was devastated. But I was always like, but I still love you. I know you blocked me. Anyway, so I saw her in the lobby bar and I just went up. And this was after she'd been on Reality Check. So she knew me. So I was kind of like, okay, I just want you to get to know me. And I went up and I said, Mary, I love you. And I just want to ask, like, do you think there's any chance you'll unblock me? And she was like, well, why would I have you blocked? I only block people who disrespect me. And I said, well, I just think that you didn't get my sense of humor. I was really just like saying how funny you are, but just if there's a chance to get unblocked, you know me now. So I don't know. We'll see if it happens. I hope so. I'm praying.
You don't know if she unblocked you yet?
It didn't happen that day. So
I would have been like, get your phone right now. It's Kiki. It's at the talk of shame.
Angie was sitting there and she heard the whole thing because she was kind of horrified. Like, wait, what did you do to get blocked? And so I'll follow up with Angie and be like, well, okay, man, just nudge, Mary, unblock me.
I felt so honored that Mary knew who I was.
Oh my God.
I went up to her. So I'm in the like talent holding area where they have all the food and it's like, hundreds of people in there. And I had my slippers on because my feet were killing me. I go up to Andy in my slippers, take a selfie with him because also then I'm like about the same height rather than like 6-inch heels that I had on that day. And then I see Mary and I was like, oh my God, and I'm taking my slippers off. I put my heels on and Mark goes, you're going to put your heels on for Mary and not for Andy? I'm like, absolutely. Do you see how she's dressed?
Have you seen her closet?
So I put the heels on. I run over to her and I was like, I just have to say, like, you are one of my favorites. You're so funny. And she's like, oh my God, thank you, Scheana. And I was just like, oh, you know who I am.
Oh my God. That was another moment that I had. We're at the party, the Friday night party, and I'm sitting there and then someone's like said something like Kiki Monique and then Sheree Whitfield looks over and she goes, Kiki Monique, the Kiki Monique. Oh, I'm gonna come get the tea from you, Kiki Monique.
Oh
and I was
my
like,
God.
I died.
Yes.
Now, we didn't get to talk because she was busy, but
Damn.
I hope I get to see her again one day.
But just like, I'm like, the fact that you know my name.
I know.
And then when Bronwyn said Scheana, I was like, oh, you are just iconic.
I know.
I loved it. So good. Still sticking with the beef. There's the Tamra of it all. Here's the thing with Tamra. There is a lot of shade I could throw back at her, but I'm going to say this. After observing her behavior this weekend, like I am genuinely concerned. I said what I said on stage, but Tamra and I mean, we were at one point talking almost every day. I was talking to her throughout the season, despite Gretchen being a good friend of mine. I was checking in on her when I saw she posted the story saying she quit. I commented on the story as well as text her to check in. And like, we were on the phone often. Like, I felt like we were good friends. And this weekend, it's like, there was just something off where she just doesn't seem well. And I don't know. It's like, I care about her. I want the best for her, but she wants to keep having a go at me. And I don't know why. I'm like, do you want me on your show? Do you want to have a go at me on Real Housewives? Because you're campaigning for me.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know what it is, but I mean, I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I've had friends go through severe mental health crises before, and it's just kind of what she's reminding me of. It's a bit like Jekyll and Hyde-ish, But like, okay, when was it? I think it was Saturday night, maybe. We were getting back to the hotel and I was with Mark and a couple other people and we're getting in the elevator and they go, oh, Tamra and Eddie just stopped because she realized like you were getting in the elevator. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't need her getting in the elevator with me anyways. But when we stopped, so the floor that Mark had to get out on, I guess, is the same floor she was staying on. So both elevators opened at the same time. Mark gets out, and then I see her and Eddie walk by, and I was surprised. I didn't know she was going to be getting out on that floor.
Yeah.
So I was not giving her a death stare, but I just kind of looked like probably confused.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure my Botox is still intact. And she looks and she goes, but in like not a sarcastic way.
Okay.
It was in like a genuine way. And so then I'm like, huh? I'm like, first she said she was excited to see me, but then, oh yeah, then she was like blowing kisses, like, I love you. And I was very confused.
Did you blow kisses back?
No, I just looked confused.
Okay.
And then it's like the doors were closing as she was doing that. Eddie had given me like a couple smiles over the weekend. And I'm like, I don't have any beef with you, dude. Like, you know who you're married to. So it was weird, But it's like, I've never done anything to this woman except hold her accountable when she has allowed lies to be spread about me and perpetuated rumors about me. And I'm just like, what did I do to you?
You know what I feel like this requires?
What?
A dinner at the Quiet Woman.
Oh my gosh.
To settle it all.
Right? Next season. Just kidding. But also like seeing her behavior on the reunion, just how she's behaving towards Shannon is also just someone who's not well. And, I hope she's still sticking in therapy. I don't know if she needs a new therapist or if she just says she's in therapy because that's what people want to hear. but she's not really able to regulate her emotions right now. Like I feel like my 4.5-year-old daughter can regulate her emotions better. And I'm listening to, as we know, the Let Them theory right now. She should listen to chapter 7. It is all about emotional immaturity and when adults have the emotional regulation of like a 5 to 8-year-old. And there were just a lot of things when I was listening to that chapter that I'm like, she should have a listen. It talks about adults throwing tantrums. And I genuinely feel like Tamra is one of those adults who throws tantrums. The way she snaps so quick and just her responses to things. I mean, I guess you can say that's what makes her an iconic housewife. But it also, as someone who I felt like had been her friend for so many years, like it does concern me. So I wish her the best. I wish Teddy nothing but the best. And I wish I was able to like go up to Teddy and hug her, but I was getting weird stares from them. And I was just like, I made eye contact with Teddy and I didn't really like know what to do or say because she was the one that started the rumor about me in the first place. And then when I asked her about it, it was like, oh, this is so silly. Like, I'm not giving this any light. You know, it's like, be accountable, coach. And like, we've been friends for years too. I'm just like, what did I do to these women, you know? And right when I passed Teddy and Tamra on the bus when we were on our way back Friday night, they both just were like right after I walked by. And I'm like, y'all, chapter 7, Let Them theory.
Oh my gosh.
Listen to it. It's a good listen. Anyway, okay, moving on. What did you think of Shep yelling in the bar about Paige? Wait, what?
Yeah, like someone got on video. He was at like the Mandalay Bay.
Something like that.
And I don't know who he was talking to, but he was ranting about how Paige and Craig made millions as a couple and then she broke up with him on a podcast. But I'm like, Shep, why are you screaming about this in a hotel bar? Not even like the Four Seasons one, just the Mandalay Bay open to the public.
Interesting.
And why are you thinking about Paige right now? It was so weird.
Yeah. Someone else wrote in and said, please call Lindsay Hubbard live to find out what happened with Tom and Victoria. I was wondering how that started.
You were there kind of, I think, towards the end. I was watching him and Victoria for like probably a good 40 minutes before that. They were all over the place. They were running, kind of like walking around the bar. It felt very erratic. They were going over the black velvet rope that was, cordoning the public off, back and forth. And I was like, what is happening there? And so it felt like Lindsay probably was trying to just like be a mom and be like, y'all need to calm the fuck down or something. But I don't know. Like, I would love to find, like, you should find out from Lindsay. I know, right? What was going on.
She was one of the best dressed, I will say.
She
as well.
Great.
She looked fucking
amazing
incredible
for like having a baby. I mean, everyone was, I was like, next year, I am going to be so on it. Oh my God.
I loved that Chanel Ayan told me I was one of the best dressed and one of her favorites. And I was just like,
no, you looked amazing.
But she was on the red carpet because I didn't really do any interviews. But then I saw her and I was like, okay, yours I will. And she had the Panther dress on. And I was so obsessed with it. I'm so excited. She's going to be on the podcast next week. Yeah. But when she said that to me, I was just like, you're just being nice, because we're doing an interview. But no, she meant it.
No, like, I only want to be interviewed by Chanel Ayan. Like, this is her lane. Like, she could be like the new Joan Rivers. Like, this is it. Like, no one will ever be able to take that spot again. Like, it is dedicated to her.
She's iconic. Yeah. How were all of the OC ladies with you, Kiki, after the drama that went down this season?
Honestly, everyone was so nice. I think I talked to every single one of them, obviously minus one. But yeah, like, we all talked and like they were all very like supportive, and just like Heather was the first one I saw as I was checking in, and like I didn't realize her and Terry were there, and she came over and she just wanted to say like, thank you. I know it's been a lot. Like, you've been through the ringer basically. And like, thank you. So they were all just very much like, thank you.
I love that.
Yeah.
What happens after you leave BravoCon? What do all the Bravo Lebs do? So, well, if I announce this, then everyone's just going to know what we do. But I host a Scheana Shay unofficial after party. And it started out very slow. Everyone was like, I don't know about this, Scheana. And I was like, trust me, it's going to be fun. We all ate some chocolate. We got out on the dance floor, started some rumors, and had the best time. Like, it was so much fun. Schwartz and I were walking out of our rooms Monday morning at the same time. And he goes, I kind of wish I just had like one more day. He's like, not to like BravoCon, but just to go down to the pool, to chill, to go to the spa. And I'm like, you know what? We should do that next year. Like, even just if we leave in the evening instead of the morning. But, you know, I'm a mom. I had to get back. I wanted to see Summer the second she got out of school.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, that would be nice to just hang in Vegas for even just like a couple extra days, but maybe have Summer and like my parents come out, do a show, a dinner, and just completely decompress.
Yeah, no, I would have loved to have. I didn't get one pool day because a Saturday would have been the one day maybe I could have. It was raining like crazy. So I wanted a pool day and a massage. And so,
I know, me too. I didn't even use the full room credit that we had.
You didn't?
No, I heard it was like Jesse Solomon or someone too. It was like, never have I ever had a room credit that I didn't fully use until this weekend.
You must have gotten more than me because we blew through ours in like no time.
Yeah, I wasn't, I guess, at the hotel enough. We had 2 or 3 things of room service. And it was 2 of us.
Okay.
So we had a double credit. But
Okay.
yeah. Did you make any new friends that might surprise us? Did you?
I feel like Denise Richards and I got closer. I'm going to be going to her hands, but I feel like we got closer. I don't know. Everyone I met, I feel like I kind of became a friend. Like they recognize me. I think it's like maybe they didn't recognize me now that Dorinda and I have the show. I think I'm more recognizable as the Kiki with Dorinda, and you know, maybe they'll go watch OC and see me more.
I feel like I just got closer with people I already knew, and then it's like I met some of the Salt Lake women who I had never met before, Mary, Angie K, Bronwyn, but I just got deeper connections with the ones that I already knew. Like Captain Sandy's done my podcast before, but then we had a little surprise event together, just her and I.
Okay.
So we were backstage the whole time with her beautiful wife. She had the same suit that I had not on, but she's like, wait, Nadine Marabi, I have that suit.
Oh my God.
And it was just such a good time. It reminds me what a family Bravo truly is. Like, I don't know if any other network is like this family sort of, you know, it's
I don't think it's possible because I think the other networks are so sort of like new in their reality that like the sort of infrastructure you built with that, it just with newer like whatever reality stars, I don't think they would get it. So yeah, no, it's such a family thing. And I will say the one thing I was so like that made me feel so good was as I was meeting these like Bravo lebs that maybe only knew me from OC or whatever, were still sharing tea with me. And so I was kind of like, that made me feel good. Like my reputation is not been stained by this like BS allegations that I go and run my mouth.
Everyone knows it's BS.
I know, but it was nice. Yeah. I like hearing tea.
Yes, I know, right? What are your thoughts on the Jeff Lewis and Andy Cohen beef?
Well, now it seems like from what I understand, they've squashed it. They've made up. And I was so glad because I didn't get to watch that panel until I got home and watched it on Peacock.
Oh, okay.
And I, the whole time was like literally like white knuckled. Like this is the most awkward thing I've ever watched because it was so uncomfortable. So I'm glad they made up because like that was like, it was hard to watch.
Yeah. Last one just says, give us the tea. What hookups happened that we don't know about? I'm not going to tell. Anyway, Jack's hole of the week. You know, I'm going to give it to LVP. It's like, she may not like what I have to say, but it is the truth.
Okay.
So we always close out the show with the Jack's hole each week, but it hasn't sat well with me to highlight something negative while not balancing it with something positive. I am on this let them positive manifestation journey right now. And the whole Jack's hole thing, it just happened organically. I think I just said it once and I was like, oh my God, that's funny. We should do that. But I just didn't know quite how to structure it. So this week, I'm going to be rolling out the flowers of the week. We can give someone a Jack's hole, but then we can also give someone their flowers. So our inaugural flowers are going to go to you, Kiki.
Oh.
Yes, you are a one-woman media operation competing and often getting it more accurate and out in the world faster than legacy media companies with hundreds of people on the payroll. And I mean, you crushed it at BravoCon. You know, like I'm so happy that people are seeing how talented you are. They're catching on to it. They're still giving you the tea which I absolutely love. I love that people know your full name. Kiki Monique. It's like, when people come up, they're like, oh my God, it's Scheana Shay. It's Kiki Monique. It's like, when they say your full name, it makes you feel a little cooler. So I just am so happy about that. I'm happy to have you as a friend and a co-host. And I mean, 6 panels at BravoCon, just amazing. You crushed it. And I still don't know if you sleep, but your face card suggests that you do. So that's good enough for me. And I also would like to give an honorable mention to Chanel Ayan. She was the star of BravoCon and just an icon, and I love her. And I can't wait for her to be here next week to get into some shenanigans with me. So thank you all for listening. Thank you, Kiki, for joining me in the studio today. Make sure to listen to Kiki weekdays on Radio Andy's Reality Checked and find her on Instagram at The Talk of Shame. And Mary, can you please unblock her if you see this? And if you haven't already gotten your copy of the New York Times best-selling book, My Good Side, or the audiobook, head to mygoodsidebook.com. Thanks for listening. See you next week.